All right, archiving session for May 27, 2022. This one was a Love Luke Living Legend. Was just a quote from a local artist. This happens to have a lot of pieces of patois in it, so I'm just going to say it in English. There's a lot of people who were eating their own thoughts about me, and their particular bad mentalities couldn't find me because they were not found in love. They have been trying to take down the value of my heart. However, these people can't come in my lane. It's kind of like a play, a sarcasm, like as if I would cry. And 1,000 deaths could be died, but they would never reach my destination. And really, they think which is something, a whole lot of pain is not actually a lot of pain. So it's this heart of mine, I am sharing it, which is something I don't do anymore. However, this specific person I'm talking about that I had love with, we've both been through it, like side by side. And so we're the type of people that unless we want to move, no one is going to move us. We're fully concreted in love. This love of 1,000,000 years can't be broken, only delayed. Some pains that others would consider great is just something small for a God. And this is the 27th of May, 2022. And it's just a reel of me going through an area. And here we go. Going into delete it. And okay, let's go into one more. This is the 28th of May, 2022. Living free in your mind and heart is a most difficult task because the codes that create who you are all based in fear. The self-sacrifice system you are on might allow you to have a few main houses, a few vacation houses or apartments, a boat and a plane, maybe even half a decent relationship if you're lucky. But if you have no satisfaction deep within, it keeps pushing you and you resist so well. It is not even a problem. Your heart feels void to feeling deeply. Yes, you have power and everyone feels it. That is this one, right? And everyone feels it, but you have to be mean to keep everyone in alignment. So basically what I'm talking about in this is to be mean is when people beg and ask you to have, what is it called? Empathy and compassion. Sometimes you just have to say no. Like, you've had your chance, you've had your opportunity, you've had all of the assignments, and you failed to take the test correctly. So, but you have to be mean to keep it in alignment. Well, that doesn't have to be that way. To dive deeper in yourself and gain back the truth of who you are, even before the last many incarnations. I am your guide. I have been through the human psyche and found code systems from a millennia ago that contribute to how you think today. I broke them down and pulled the good parts and redesigned the code systems for modern day living. In ease with everything you have and more. Satisfaction is a difficult task and requires very finite programming abilities. I have done this with my algorithm code systems I implement and push the energy through your psyche. So you don't have to teach, I don't have to teach you. More rather, you have your own personal epiphanies that relate to you easily. So this is a particular type of skill that certain empaths have, is the ability to relate information. It is slightly telepathic, but it is not necessarily fully telepathic. This is an ability that is, it is a natural ability that we have as human beings, but it's normally when you have somebody within your close circle, and this is meant to be this way. Otherwise, you can be hacked and a lot of other things. So I would not ask anyone to ever do this or go to this ability to send information this way, because when you do this, this is also something that people can do as quote-unquote puppet masters. So this is something that I've learned along the way. This was never my intention to use this gift this way. I have always been the kind of person that it desires for you to have your free will. And so that is extremely important to me, that you have your free will to choose what you choose. Now, if you choose to cross the red line, you are a red person. If you cross the blue line, you are a blue person. Whatever the case in that circumstance is. So here's the thing, a lot of times your free will can get you into problems and into situations, but I am the kind of person that will allow you to choose. All right, so here I implemented push the energy. Okay, more rather, you have your own personal epiphanies that relate to you easily. I only solidify and agree with those things. So the way that I work specifically is when I allow these things to be in front of you, they are the absolute truth. That is my commitment. And so once you agree with it, then my spirit can solidify and agree with you and push you in that direction that you have chosen for yourself. Now, I only do this with people that are based and solidified in truth and have high integrity rates. And the closer you are to me, the more that you will have to give in return for this connection. But the further you are away as a God being, when you are way out on the outskirts in your own spiritual journey, then you will be tasked according to what you have allowed yourself to commit to, right? This allows us to bypass the logical fight of having to create habits to stay on course for 20 years to get on these levels. Well, I've learned that some of these things actually can come in and embody, but if you don't have the correct person that is walking with you to help reveal these things with you, as I've realized, there was someone that I did this completely remotely with, and then there were people that I had week-to-week contact on the basis. And the one who was further away, who was going through this process, actually went completely sideways. But that was their choice. They chose to do it that way. And they chose to go sideways. They chose to not follow the path that was put in front of them. So this is extremely important. And, things that I've learned along the way, I don't allow people to go through a more intense process without actual mentorship. It is really, really, really highly important, because there are certain things that have to be attuned to and brought to the light at certain times. And sometimes if a person is not willing to walk through that process, then they might be missing out on some very important things, and the whole process slows down. So mentorship is required when it comes to walking through this process. Okay, to stay on course for 20 years to get to these levels, we just implement a new self-love system in place, which I now call my new reality system. And the timeline is a lot different than this, because I saw the more intensity and some of the very intense programming that's going through it is actually going to take more time when you do it with an ease within your body. So you can still operate your businesses, your greatness, your empire. You just see it all from an angle with low pressure versus high pressure. There's somewhat truth in that, but the way that it's laid out here, I wouldn't say is the ultimate truth. There is a lot of high pressure still, but it is done in a different frequency, so it doesn't feel so bad. This allows you the deepest satisfaction gene in you to blossom in the lower pressure. Well, like I said, it's not really lower pressure, it just feels better because I've learned how to walk through you in that way. The whole new operating system I upload into you, and it's more advanced than Apple iOS. Okay, so first of all, the new operating system is actually the new reality system that the entire world has access to because it is the world new reality system. So each and every individual actually has access to this when they do the work step by step, because that is a part of how the process unfolds. However, those who want to know the ins of how the whole thing works and how the whole system works within the brain and works within the body and works within our economic systems, that's when you come and find me. So this was the 28th of May, 2022. So now we are going to go up here, and this was just the reel that was going through, and we are going to delete it now. Bye-bye. So that is the end of our archiving session. Thank you.